And we are back, going to be going back to face cam to issue this warning. If you thought that me doing voices for Musume was annoying, this is going to be much worse because there's still no male character. So I do apologize for my deep as shit voice voicing female characters. Enjoy. Game capture, goodness. Yeah. There we go. We do have a free recruitment situation going on due to the new current event with the 2 new limited units, but I'll get to that later. And yes, I have been waiting for this one. Like I said, I was waiting for this one since the Steam release was waited. I've been waiting to actually do a cover of this because the only way I was able to play this was actually BlueStack. Yeah. Get 50 energy and a 1 ticket. Alright. Today the lobby is for Haruna. That I did have to make sure some of these can actually be a little bit etchy. Luckily I chose some of these that are rarely. Anyway. So first off is basically just going around a thing. Because I have played it, in case we haven't noticed the top left. This actually is a fun game. Alright, so first off is the cafe. Load it up. I will be doing. Right. So the cafe basically has students appear and you can increase relationship points with them. Basically, it's just bond point stuff. You can only increase bond points with students you own. So in this case, it's just this little young girl named Mari and the girl in the wheelchair named Imari. I can't do anything with the other 3. All right. As you can see down in the lower left and the middle spot, some items do have interactions with specific characters. Like if we look over here, we see one of the students actually drawing calligraphy, and we have the most lewdest as shit student playing with a fucking hose and lemons. I don't understand why. What relationship points go to are basically hangouts with characters. The one you notice I have two from the marked Hoshino Armed. That's story related, and I've been actively ignoring those. Yeah, Momo Talk basically when you get enough points to rank up a character, you can do it if depending until you get to like I want to say 7 below 10 upper ones you will be able to do a hangout with a student. Sometimes you'll get just primo gems, basically the summoning material. Go deep enough and you'll get recollection lobbies, which are just these shots of students like this. This, like I said, some of these can be fucking rude, fucking good. This one, Haruna is kind of just pushing it, but it's still tame compared to certain others. Lesson. Lesson is essentially just if you want to grab, you can do lessons in different areas. There we go. So let me real quick restart Twitch because I did have this off to this message. Oh crap. Okay. Anyway. Basically go to any area. In this case, I would be doing Kyoko Central area. You need to basically do each of these to acquire the levels. I maxed out every level. Yeah, sorry about that. My sister needed to message me. Basically, doing each of these will net you skill materials and chance for elves, which upgrade materials. I'm not gonna do this today. I'm not gonna do this a lot of the stuff today. But you also can get more bond points for the students with that. Then you have your students, which you see all the ones you can. You can also get some basically they just show you skill levels, which go up different amount of levels. EX skills, which are the main skills they use, are max level 5, while the while basic, which is just a buff skill that can occur during special conditions. Enhanced skill is just a passive, it can be a passive or otherwise. And sub skill is also a buff, is also a passive buff. But these three have a bit top level 10. And you also can give them rewards. This fourth slot is for unique items. Getting a student to rank 15 nets you the item. Getting them to 20 gives them a buff. It allows you to get to tier 2. Oh, I can do something with. Ah, cool! I can actually upgrade some stuff with Nonomi. I'll do that. Level up. Do I need to explain that? Mystic. Basically, the more elves you get, let's go actually soon. I don't have gotten max quest. Cool. Basically, each student has a star quality. They go upon first getting them. They go from 1 to 3. 3 stars being the most annoying to get. At least they're not fucking limited. Sometimes there will be rate ups, and sometimes there will be limited. But I'll get to that later in a minute. Max level is 5. Upon reaching 5, you can unlock their unique weapon, which basically you can level up using materials, and those also are where later elves go to buff those to buff skills. Talent lock is when the character reaches level 5 and level 90. I'll get to that later. I also should state, scroll down. Students are separated into 2 different groups. Strikers are more frontline attackers. Specials are buffers and that stuff. I'll talk that more later. You also can see students that you do not own, but might have some. Yeah, limited students. You can't be exchanged using LF. Feel dick fucking move, asshole. Nah. You can get elves before getting students from rare events. And if you get enough, you can exchange them. Formation is just that sort of stuff. Social, you can see friends. There's my ID card. If you want to see it, send me a friend request. You also can do your clubs, groups. You also get a free 10 energy for that. Crafting. In material synthesis, you can basically make different items. You use few materials to make items. These go along certain things. Metal creates growth materials. There are different set types, special gold ones that can be specific. In this case, field day. So we actually will be doing that. You can either start crafting just one item, or you can do up to 3. But doing 2 and 3 do require more items. 2, desert gifts, normal grade substances, cafe furniture, gifts for students, and that stuff. Gifts, you do need gifts in order to upgrade the unique items. Not every student has unique item, as you did see, and they've been really slow for that. It's also weird that certain students in certain groups have items, but not all the group members. There are 2 that really annoy me about that. Yeah, these are totally these are Eligmas. You can just use them for this stuff. So next up is high grade substances, advanced or higher activity reports, artifacts, gift for students, and gift. I always aim for more gifts, unless there's specific things. Craft. We can wait either a long time, or we can use tickets to complete it instantly. Material fusion basically allows you to craft gift boxes, tech notes, artifacts, and a lot of other stuff. I just use them for gift boxes. because I do need these, but I just do want to show off the gift boxes. There you are, Naru. Oh wait, no, it wasn't Naru. No, now I remember. No. Now I'll come back later. On my own. Recruit is basically pull. We're ignoring these because I don't have tickets, but we do have regular recruitment, and for this week we have unique pickups for Staya and School Asuna, both of which are limited units. I also should state Asuna is one of the few students whose only non-limited unit is her normal self, which I do have. We're gonna do one of my free things because these are gonna go away as of next week, so we have to do them. And I get jack shit. So I will be skipping because it's just basically just wrong stuff. I usually skip these. Oh, hi. And we got her. Yeah, like I said, her normal version is limited. Not her other 2. Normally, they are 112 Primo gems for all that stuff. But yeah, sometimes they do decide to double down on these because you saw that I could also get a chance to get school uniform Asuna. Yeah. Event recap. Basically, you can just see past events, which is something that all gachas should do, because these are almost all the events we've done so far, and some of these do give free units. Even on the rerun, you do get the free units. Guide task is just specific things. Get this one. I already acquired the rewards for all these. Now I'm just doing the random things. Campaign. Mission mode, basically just do set up missions. Normal is just story based. Hard nets you enigmas for these. Might as well now. We're gonna do 12-1. Well, actually, no. We'll come back to mission mode after we do what I do want to do. Bounty is essentially just going daily stuff for getting for getting the growth stuff. Do that later on. Commissions is just XP and money grinding. Scrimmage is grinding for the unique weapon upgrade materials. These are also really fucking hard, which is why the only one I've actually gotten past A is Ganna. It's weird that the only 3 of these schools have things, because you actually are dealing with other students for those. Total assault is raid bosses. Joint firing drill is yeah, basically it's just special challenges. I don't touch this stuff. Grand assault is another raid boss type deal. Tactical challenge is PvP. Final restriction is a special raid boss thing that nets you some items to upgrade those tactical skills. But if you go to story, we have multiple things. Main story is the entire main story. We'll jump into that in a minute. Mini story is just group stuff. They, as you can see, they upload these very slowly. In fact, I played since 2 years ago. This was the only one when I started playing. The rest of these 4 actually were coming out during the past 2 years. Group story is about each of the different groups of the school. You do need specific students in order to do it. Like the only 2 I don't have are for seminar and Genryumon, because seminar I don't have one of the only other 2 students, because I have one of them. I don't have one of the other 2. And Genryumon I don't have either. Replay is just being able to revisit relationship stories, task stories, which is basically just a few of the which is basically just tutorial stuff, and event stories that you can just see all the event stuff. And these are all also kind of in a little bit of an order. So lightly. And yes, like I said, each of these will be get immortalized. I believe the next one that's going to get immortalized, if my memory serves me, I know it's being immortalized in Japan, but I don't remember if there's any other events otherwise, is this one. Special summer mission, Rabbit Squad and the Mystery of the Missing Shrimp. There are 2 that I don't think are going to get here. A certain scientific record of youth, and another one. Reason why? We're going to actually do this. We're not going to watch the entire thing. We're just basically going to show the reason why. Yep. Isaka Mikoto from Railgun. This event also had gave us Misaki and Saten. Yeah, this was the crossover one, so that's why I don't think it's going to take a while before this one. Another one had Hatsune Miku. So yeah, those ones I don't think are going to be redone anytime soon. And yes, Misaka and Misaki, the Railgun girls are limited. I was able to get Saten because she's free. I was not able to get that one. Anyway, Main story. Basically, as of right now, we have 6 chapters. Proluge, Foreclosure Task Force, Clockwork Flower Pavan, Eden Treaty, which is the longest, Ravening Kaer Banog. Yes, Monty Python fans. It is that rabbit. Kyoran and EX Decagrammation. We also have Final Episode. Didn't mean to click that one. Final Episode is basically, yeah. Now real quick, I want to actually get to how confusing the story layout is going to be. Okay, so you might think, oh, that's easy. Just get through Final Episode after EX Decagrammation. No. I've already completed episode Volume F. Volume F came out at before. Here's how the story goes. Proluge. Volume 1, Chapters 1 and 2. Chapter 3 is not... Yeah, you might think, oh, Chapter 3 follows it. No. First-time players, you will not be able to go to Chapter 3 until after 3, once you clear Chapter 2. Clockwork Flower Pavan, Eden Treaty, Rabbit Squad begin operations, then Final. Then We Were Rabbits, Hyakyoran, Traces of a Dream, so back to Volume 1, and then Decagrammation. I'm currently on Volume 1, Chapter 3. We are going to be doing story, unlike what we did with, nope, hold on. Give me a quick minute. I have something I need to do involving Discord. Sorry about that. I was dealing with a spammer in Discord. We are, unlike what we were doing in Umumusume Pretty Derby, we are going to be doing story. However, my plan for this segment of the stream, we're going to be doing Proluge and then Volume 1, Chapter 1. We're not in Chapter 1, because I will be talking about something when we're fully done with this. But let's get started on Proluge. Luckily, you don't have to hear me doing bad voice acting, because when this came out, because this is basically the tutorial. This is when this came out and as its own thing. This is now voice acted. Nothing else is voice acted, by the way, in stories. So, hey, yeah, you don't have to listen to me talk anymore. I will be speaking for Sensei, though. We thirst for the 7 whalings. We bear the Corin of Jericho. Yeah, this kid actually gets really, really biblical at times. Welcome to the Shitun Chest, Sensei. Like I said, this is what the first stuff you see when you load up the game with the game on a brand new file. I should say file. That's sand, by the way. That's not snow. This game does have a lot of very beautiful black backdrops. Very beautiful backdrops. And the art, a lot of it is really damn good. I just wish that a lot of the fan base was not. Ugh. I am going to real quick turn up the volume. Just for the voice act, it's just for just for this part. Once we're done with the prologue, I'll be turning back down low. Mysterious visions. The girl shooting us. Well, girl shooting something. Man, why are you bloody? No, you might be thinking, oh, hey, no, that's just a shadow. No, look up on her cheek. That's blood. This game you might be looking at this going, haha, cute girl, cute school thing. This goes dark. This fucking goes dark. Okay, like one of the students tries to commit suicide later on in the story. Also, I will be mostly quiet during this. In fact, I'll be muting my mic unless if it's time for me to actually talk, like, or make comments. Especially, right now you can very easily see a lot of the art. The like I said, the art is really the artist did a damn good job. I was doing something with Discord on my phone. I also will state, unlike Umumusume, Sensei has has way more personality than Cardboard, like Trainer. This huge black thing swallowed me up. Why do I feel that you'll do literally barely anything in the story unless it's something super, super important? And even then, and only if it affects the General Student Council?
私たちがここに呼び出した先生。推測系でお話ししたのは、私も先生がここに来た経緯を詳しく知らないからです。
Like I said, this huge black thing swallowed me up and I woke up here.
混乱されてますよね。わかります。こんな状況になってしまったこと、遺憾に思います。どうしても先生にやっていただかなくてはいけないことがあります。学園都市の命運をかけた大事なことということにしておきましょう。
So, why are you just sitting here talking to me when it's a grave matter? Shouldn't you guys be handling this? Like I said, like I joked. Yeah, no, the General Student Council doesn't really do much unless it actually involves them. So don't expect to see them a lot, especially in story. Also, I do apologize if I'm too loud. I had just volume stuff, okay? Very sorry. I will be turning myself down when we're done with the prologue. And beautiful shot of everything.
キボトスへようこそ。先生、キボトスは数千の学園が集まってできている巨大な学園都市です。これから先生が働くところでもあります。
Thousands of different academies, but yet we're only gonna focus on at least 6 of them. That's serious. That's serious. We've heard of other academies, but there's only 6 that we actually have focused on. And I'm not talking about story, because actually, with story, it's literally just 6. Without story, it's right now, it's 8.
先生がいらっしゃったところとはいろいろなことが違っていて、最初は慣れるのに苦労するかもしれませんが。
I don't think so, Rennie.
でも先生ならそれほど心配しなくてもいいでしょう。あの連邦生徒会長もお選びになった方ですからね。
Also, I just also want to say how really beautiful Ren looks with glasses, but yet that's not part of her main portrait. I kind of wish that they would have added glasses to her, so it actually makes her look really, really presentable.
それは後でゆっくり説明することにして。ちょっと待って。太鼓見つけた。待ってたわよ。連邦生徒会長を呼んできて。隣の大人の方は首席行政官。お待ちしておりました。連邦生徒会長に会いに来ました。風紀委員長が今の状況について納得のいく回答を要求されています。面倒な人たちに捕まってしまいましたね。
And yes, I do know that in this phase, we do actually, come to think of it, I might have just been stupid.
こんにちは。各学園からわざわざここまで訪問してくださった生徒会、風紀委員会、その他時間を持て余している皆さん。
You know, knowing about certain characters, I forgot it actually limits these 3 to actually those 3 categories, and you actually can say for that.
こんな暇そう。大事な方々がここを訪ねてきた理由はよくわかっています。
I mean, to be fair, one of them is an idle wanderer.
今学園都市に起きている混乱の責任を問うためにでしょ。
そこまで分かってるなら何とかしなさいよ。連邦生徒会なんでしょ。数千もの学園自治区が混乱に陥ってるのよ。この前なんかうちの学校の風力発電所がシャットダウンしたんだから。
Shouldn't you guys have like an engineering club or something that does that, or something to fix that?
連邦矯正局で停学中の生徒たちについて一部が脱出したという情報もありました。
Yeah, that's actually a way bigger threat.
スケバンのような不良たちが登校中のうちの生徒たちを襲う頻度も最近急激に高くなりました。戦車やヘリコプターなど出どころのわからない武器の不法流通が 2000% 以上増加しました。これでは正常な学園生活に支障が生じてしまいます。
こんな状況で連邦生徒会長は何をしているの？どうして何週間も姿を見せないの？今すぐ会わせて。
Meanwhile, I'm just gonna start creeping away from Red right now. She looks like she has her hands busy.
連邦生徒会長は今席におりません。正直に言いますと行方不明になりました。やはりあの噂は。結論から言うとサンクトゥムタワーの最終管理者がいなくなったため今の連邦生徒会は行政制御権を失った状態です。認証を迂回できる方法を探していましたが先ほどまでそのような方法は見つかっていませんでした。それでは今は方法があるということですか？はい。この先生こそがフィクサーになってくれるはずです。
Wait, what?
この方が。
ちょっと待って。そういえばこの先生は一体どなた？どう？
キボトスではないところから来た方のようですが先生だったのですね。はい。こちらの先生はこれからキボトスの先生として働く方であり連邦生徒会長が特別に指名した人物です。
I would like to state, I do like it when gacha games give a name to the nameless main character. Like Sensei for this, Trainer in Pretty Derby, Master in Fate, that sort of stuff. I actually really like that.
行方不明になった連邦生徒会長が指名？ますますこんがらがってきたじゃないの。
You're telling me. And here's a shot example of Sensei. Sensei's a dork. Sensei's a fucking dork.
こんにちは先生。私はミレニアムサイエンススクールの。いや挨拶なんて今はどうでもよくて。
Why? You should be introducing yourself.
そのうるさい方は気にしなくていいです。続けますと
He doesn't seem that annoying, Rennie. Naggy, maybe, but not annoying.
誰がうるさいって？私は早瀬優子。覚えておいてください先生。
先生はもともと連邦生徒会長が立ち上げたある部活の担当顧問としてこちらに来ることになりました。
Why do I feel like I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff that you guys really should be stepping in, though?
連邦捜査部シャーリ。
So, do I get a lot of people under me, or...
単なる部活ではなく一種の超法規的機関。連邦組織のためキボトスに存在するすべての学園の生徒たちを各学園の自治区で制約なしに戦闘活動を行うことも可能です。
Wait, battle activities? What do you mean?
徒会長が作ったのかは分かりませんが。
How much power do I have? Do I have power to like expel students or something?
シャーレの部室はここから約30キロ離れた外郭地区にあります。今はほとんど何もない建物ですが、連邦生徒会長の命令で先生をそこにお連れしなければなりません。モモか、シャーレの部室に直行するヘリが必要なんだけど。
シャーレの部室？ああ、外郭地区の？そこ今大騒ぎだけど。
大騒ぎ？
強制局を脱出した停学中の生徒が騒ぎを起こしたの。そこは今戦場になってるよ。
How bad could a suspended student be?
連邦生徒会に恨みを抱いて、地域の不良たちを先頭に周りを焼け野原にしてるみたいなの。巡航戦車までどっかから手に入れてきたみたいだよ。それでどうやら連邦生徒会所有のシャーレの建物を占拠しようとしてるらしいの。まるでそこに何か大事なものでもあるみたいな動きだけど。まあでももうとっくにめちゃくちゃな場所なんだから別に大したことな。あ、先輩、お昼ご飯のデリバリーが来たからまた連絡するね。
Really? Why do I feel that she does literally nothing but eat? This is an example what makes Sensei different from trainer. You actually have choices. Although again, I have not done story for Uma Musume.
大丈夫です。少々問題が発生しましたが、大したことではありません。
何？どうして私たちを見つめてるの？
ちょうどここに各学園を代表する立派で暇そうな方々がいるので、キボトスの正常化のために暇を持て余した皆さんの力が今切実に必要です。行きましょう。
ちょっと待って、どこに行くのよ。
Also, I'm just now looking at the clock. Holy crap! This has almost been an hour.
何これ。なんで私たちが不良たちと戦わなきゃいけないの。サンクティムタワーの制御権を取り戻すためにはあの物質の奪還が必要ですから。それは聞いたけど、私これでもうちの学校では生徒会に所属しててそれなりの扱いなんだけど。痛いってば。あいつら違法 JHP 弾を使ってるじゃない。
Yeah, she literally took shots from illegal rounds. The girls in Blue Archive are built for starter stuff. Like, if you want an example, I'm not immune to gunfire. Gunfire to them. Self-inflict must know? Yeah. That basically is like a punch.
伏せてください、ユウカ。それにフォローポイント弾は違法指定されてはいません。
うちの学校ではこれから違法になるの。傷跡が残るでしょ。
今は先生が一緒なのでその点に気をつけましょう。
Such a just waving.
先生を守ることが最優先。あの建物の奪還はその次です。
はすみさんの言う通りです。先生はキボトスではないところから来た方ですので、私たちとは違って弾丸一つでも命の危機にさらされる可能性があります。その点ご注意を。
Again, bullet to me. That's leaving holes. Bullet to them.
分かってるわ。先生は戦場に出ないでください。私たちが戦ってる間は この安全な場所にいてくださいね。戦術指揮をされるんですか？もう先生です。
わかりました。これより先生の指揮に従います。
生徒が先生の言葉に従うのは自然なことですね。よし、じゃあ行ってみましょうか。なんだか戦闘がいつもよりやりやすかった気がします。
You notice that weird jump? If this was the first time playing, you would be doing a tutorial battle at that point. They skipped the tutorial battles for these. There are at least 3 of them. And yes, all the students you have access to from this cutscene, those are what you're using.
やっぱりそうよね。
先生の指揮のおかげで普段よりずっと戦いやすかったです。
なるほど。これが先生の力。まあ、連邦生徒会長が選んだ方だから当たり前か。
Well, thank you. A little bit of praise.
それでは次の戦闘もよろしくお願いします、先生。
And that ends Proluge Part 1, but now we move on to Part 2.
もうシャーレの部室は目の前よ。
今この騒ぎを巻き起こした生徒の正体が判明しました。ワカム、百鬼夜行連合学院で停学になった後、強制局を脱獄した生徒です。
I like to think that Rin is showing a hologram image of Wakama right now.
似たような前科がいくつもある危険な人物なので気をつけてください。
あらら、連邦生徒会が来ていないみたいですね。まあ、あの建物に何があるかは存じませんが、連邦生徒会が大事にしてるものと聞いてしまうと、壊さないと気が済みませんね。久しぶりのお楽しみになりそうです。着いた。
はい。
Again, battle. When we actually do the other stories, we will be actually doing battles. They don't skip those on a repeat. At least I think so. I haven't redone story in them. Actually, ever.
シャーレ部室の奪還完了。私ももうすぐ到着予定です。建物の地下で会いましょう。
Why do I feel I'm gonna live here forever?
これが一体何なのか全くわかりませんね。これでは怖そうにも。
And she made it to the basement. God damn it.
あら？
And somehow we're here.
あららら？失礼いたしました。
Well, that was weird.
お待たせしました。
Yeah, I was face to face with the suspended student. I don't know where the others went.
何かありましたか？そうですか。ここに連邦生徒会長の残したものが保管されています。幸い傷一つなく無事ですね。
Hey, an iPad. I have one of those. I banged it.
これが連邦生徒会長
That,
先生に残したものシステムの箱です
that one was just me being stupid. That one was just me being stupid.
普通のタブレットに見えますが実は正体のわからないものです製造会社も OS もシステム構造も動く連邦生徒会長はこのシステムの箱は先生のもので先生がこれでタワーの制御権を回復させられるはずだと言っていました私たちでは起動すらできなかったものですが先生ならこれを起動させられるのでしょうかそれとも
You mean you guys don't think to push the power button?
では私はここまでですここから先はすべて先生にかかってます邪魔にならないよう離れています
Interfere with what? Me pushing the power button? Like, seriously. Power button goes on. Did you people seriously never push the power button? Please enter system password. Password is we thirst for the seven whalings. We bear the Cohen of Jericho. Password accepted. User identified as... Sorry. Welcome to the Shidden chest, Sensei. Converting to operating system Arona for biological authentication and generation of verification certificate. There's a little girl sleeping in a desk in a strange classroom. I don't understand why anyone would do one. Granted, it probably is probably just a light nudging type shake, but honestly, seeing shake her wake just basically just makes me think of kind of little violently shaking. Also, considering how this character is, poking seems more funner. Yes, she is moving. The difference between this character and another character and literally every other character, this is actually their model in the cutscenes that show up. The others are just art. This and another character are actual models. You will be hearing this particular character say sensei a lot because they actually have a lot more voice acting than a lot of the other characters. it would not surprise me if these scenes when this particular character shows up, they've actually just done voice acted with them.
そうですね。もうこんな時間。
Also, you also notice that real quick menu. This basically allows us to space out stuff so we can for like screenshots. We also get to see basically this stuff. It doesn't text log in case you want to do this type of stuff. You notice that both those choices, I shouldn't have picked a choice. We're basically just statement things. Like you could actually just do both of them. When these games do that, I like to think that protagonist actually says both of them.
落ち着いて。落ち着いて。
And also, there will be a lot of them.
そうだ。まず自己紹介から。私はアロナ。このシステムの箱に常駐しているシステム管理者であり、メイン OS、そしてこれから先生をアシストする秘書です。
So she's the net navvy. Also, this is daughter. This is daughter number 1. Some of my rules. Do not make any of the 3 daughters cry, or you will die.
やっと会うことができました。私はここで先生をずっと待っていました。
Also, notice that her halo turned into a heart. Yes, Arona is daughter. Do not make her cry.
もちろんたまに居眠りしたりしたこともあるけど。
Also, when we're done with part 2, I do want to show something off. Well, this part, I mean, since we are on part 2.
はい、よろしくお願いします。まだ体のバージョンが低い状態でして、特に生体周りの調整が必要なのですが。
To be fair, you could also be voiced by Paimon in English. Not the newer one, the original one. So, honestly, I'm more fine with this.
これから先、頑張っていろいろな面で先生のことをサポートしていきますね。あ、そうだ。ではまず、形式的ではありますが、生体認証を行います。少し恥ずかしいですが、手続きだから仕方ないんです。こちらの方に来てください。もう少しです。さあ、この私の指に先生の指を当ててください。
Arona, sweetie, your program. Our fingertips can't touch. And yes, you do actually have to do this with your mouse if you were playing on a non-touch screen. So this kind of actually loses a lot of magic.
まるで指切りして約束するみたいでしょ。はい？宇宙人の映画のワンシーンみたいですって？
Yeah, they made an ET reference. Yeah, there are weird references sometimes. Not super weird, but there are some that actually make me go, why was this referenced? This one I don't mind. This one, referencing ET, I don't mind.
実はこれで生体情報の指紋を確認するんです。画面に残った指紋を目視で確認するのですが、すぐ終わります。こう見えて目はいいので。どれどれ？よく見えないかも。まあ、これでいいですかね。はい、確認終わりました。真面目にやってって。 近の機械は指紋認識ぐらいは自動ですって1秒もかからないんですか？私にはそんな最先端の機能はないですが。
It's okay, Arona. You're doing your best.
そんな能力なくてもアロナは役に立ちますから。目でも十分確認できますから。
She is doing her best.
全然信じてないって顔ですね。
No, I'm convinced you're doing your best, Arona. Well, now I have to go play Sudoku now. I am making her cry.
だったらその最先端のなんとかさんのところに行ってしまったらどうですか？
Yes, that is a reference to Siri. Yes, they did have to mention Siri.
くそ。
Where's the Sudoku board?
なるほど。先生の事情は大体わかりました。連邦生徒会長が行方不明になって、そのせいでキボトスのタワーを制御する手段がなくなった。
Come to think of it, for some reason, Arona, you look a little familiar. Maybe it's just a dream I had.
私はキボトスの情報の多くを知ってはいますが、連邦生徒会長についてはほとんど知りません。彼女が何者なのか、どうしていなくなったのかも。お役に立てずすみません。
Arona, you are doing your best.
ですが、サンクトムタワーの問題は私が何とか解決できそうです。はい、わかりました。それではサンクトムタワーのアクセス権を修復します。少々お待ちください。
Hey, she did it. Arona does a good job when you don't bully her.
サンクトムタワーのアドミン権限を取得完了。先生、サンクトムタワーの制御権を無事に回収できました。今サンクトムタワーは私アローナの統制下にあります。今のキボトスは先生の支配下にあるも同然です。先生が承認さえしてくだされば、サンクトムタワーの制御権を連邦生徒会に移管できます。でも大丈夫ですか？連邦生徒会に制御権を渡しても。わかりました。これよりサンクトムタワーの制御権を連邦生徒会に移管します。
はい、わかりました。サンクトムタワーの制御権の確保がこれからは連邦生徒会長がいた頃と同じように行政管理を進められますね。
As long as you guys don't cut power if I'm here.
お疲れ様でした、先生。キボトスの混乱を防いでくれたことに連邦生徒会を代表して深く感謝いたします。ここを攻撃した不良たちと停学中の生徒たちについてはこれから追跡して討伐いたしますので、それではシステムの箱は渡しましたし、私の役目は終わったようですね。もう一つありました。ついてきてください。連邦捜査部シャーレをご紹介いたします。
Oh boy, I get to meet my club members. Goody. Let's see who I get to work
シャー
with.
レのメインロビーです。長い間空っぽでしたけど、ようやく主人を迎えることになりましたね。
Hey, what gives? You told me that this was a club, not a single person club. I figured I was going to be loud for that, so.
そしてここがシャーレの部室です。
You will be seeing this room a lot. I'm not kidding.
ここで先生のお仕事を始
Hey, can I use those guns on the wall? No. Why? They're for decoration.
シャーレは権限だけはありますが、目標のない組織なので、特に何かをやらなきゃいけないとキボトスのどんな学園の自治区にも自由に出入りでき、所属に関係なく先生が希望する生徒たちを部員として加入させることも可能です。
Basically, what that means is it's the summoning thing. You're marking students that you acquire during during summonings and stuff as solid club members. They don't lose access to any. They don't live here. That's what I'm trying to say. They live in the schools that they do. It's basically just a placebo type thing.
面白いですよね。そうサブとは呼んでいますが、その部分に関しては連邦生徒会長も特に触れていませんでした。つまり何でも先生がやりたいことをやっていいということですね。
No, I'm not gonna do that.
本人に聞いてみたくても、連邦生徒会長は相変わらず行方不明のまま。
Yeah, what is up with that? You keep mentioning that she's missing. How long has she been missing?
私たちは彼女を探すのに全力を尽くしているため、キボトスのあちこちで起きる問題に対応できるほどの余力がありません。
That is the explanation they use to basically go, yeah, this is why the General Student Council doesn't do much in the story.
今も連邦生徒会に寄せられてくるあらゆる苦情、支援物資の要請、環境改善、落第生への特別授業、部の支援要請などに、もしかしたら時間が有り余っているシャーレなら、この面倒な苦情の数々を解決できるかもしれませんね。
Why does that smile tell me that you're gonna push all that stuff onto me?
そのあたりに関する書類は先生の机の上にたくさん置いておきました。すべては先生の自由です。それではごゆっくり。必要な時にはまたご連絡いたします。
Why do we feel that will be very, 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 very rarely? Are you guys just basically treating me as like the idiot?
ええ、サンクトムタワーの制御権を連邦生徒会が取り戻したことを確認したわ。
若者は自治区に逃げてしまったのですけど、すぐ捕まるでしょう。私たちはここまで。あとは担当者に任せます。
お疲れ様でした、先生。先生の活躍はキボトス全域に広がるでしょう。
これでお別れですが、近いうちにぜひトリニティ総合学園に立ち寄ってください、先生。
That's gonna take a while, Hasumi, but thank you very much for the offer.
私も風紀委員長に今日のことを報告しに戻ります。ゲヘナ学園にいらっしゃった時はぜひ訪ねてください。
That one's probably gonna take a lot longer, Ichinatsu. I have a feeling I'll be seeing you guys a lot more than going to your school.
ミレニアムサイエンススクールに来てくださればまたお会いできるかも。先生、ではまた。
Something tells me that's gonna be a lot sooner than either of those two, Yuka. Also, for the record, Suzumi is part of the same school as Hasumi, Trinity. That's why she doesn't specify a school. Meanwhile,
これは困りましたね。
why do I feel a shiver down my spine?
なんだか慌ただしい感じでしたが、ある程度落ち着いたみたいですね。お疲れ様でした。
Rona, you did way more than I did. I just sat on my butt.
はい。でも本当に大変なのはこれからですよ。これから先生と一緒にキボトスの生徒たちが直面している問題を解決していくのです。単純に見えても決して簡単ではない、とっても重要なことです。それではキボトスを、シャーレをよろしくお願いします、先生。
And I'm counting on you, Rona.
それではこれより連邦捜査部シャーレとして最初の公式任務を始めましょう。
So what is that? And that is the end of the prologue. I will be turning stuff down. Again, lack of things. First thing I do want to show off is if you tap on Arona in this scene, she'll pop up. Which, hey, that's cute. But what you can also do, give her head pets. Because Arona deserves the head pets. Okay, so looking at the time, we're gonna go on a little bit of an intermission mission, and then we're gonna get started on chapter 1 for volume 1. I'm still holding on to doing that plan, so One Piece might be put on the back burner. I was not honestly expecting that, so yeah, it's gonna depend on how long chapter 1's gonna take. So we will be right back.